Formula One Championship. Tonight we are at Imola for round 2. With me in the comms box tonight is Mitch Kemp. Welcome, Kempo.
Pleasure to be here for some really good racing.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to a massive round. We quickly have a look at the leaderboard as it is in the championship after a brilliant round 1 race result for Mika the Kid coming back and taking the win after a terrible disconnect for McFly, who was in majority of control of the race. We've got Mika the Kid leading the championship at the moment with 10, as we do have the original 2002 championship points system going, with only the top 6 getting any points. Magic Mars with a brilliant drive coming home in P2, sitting on 6. Christopher Asia with a consistent and brilliant race in round 1 as well, coming home in 3rd place on 4 points. We've got Night Havoc in the Sauber in 4th. Cuckoo, who had a great race actually, coming from with a bit of a mishap here and there, and he had a good race in the end, coming home in 5th with Shadow, who looked like he would be right up there fighting for the overall win, having the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11.5 for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and coming home in 6th. So we're just about to jump out for qualifying.
Yeah, and this should be a very cracking qualifying, Nico, with some very fast lap times around this circuit, so it will be interesting to see who gets pole.
Yeah, I've got my money on McFly at the moment. He's been on fire coming into practice, and I believe he's going to be putting it up right up there.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying Mika the Kid is not going to be able to. It could be anyone. And we've got the big boss man back in action after a good little holiday with Woody Lizard. I'm expecting him to see him in the top 5 at least as well.
It's good to see Woody back after he was absent for round 1. And we had a couple other races absent last week from memory.
Yeah, we did actually have a couple of guys out, unfortunately missing round 1. We had a couple of stand-ins who did a brilliant job at that. But yeah, I'm excited to see who's going to put it on pole here at Imola. This is one of my favorite personal tracks to drive in just any sim.
With a man who didn't race last week this man Jay Barrett.
Yeah.
So Jay Barrett is back this week.
Yeah, very glad to see Jack back on track. He's just recently become a father, which we did congratulate him on last week. So great to see him back on track. I can imagine he is probably a little bit sleep deprived with a newborn in the house, but we wish him the best of luck here at round 2 at Imola.
With McFly goes fastest overall at the moment.
Yeah, he's got a nice little margin of 3/10 over Christopher Razor, with Mika the Kid in P3, followed by Cuckoo, Bouquet, Data Racer, who's going to be definitely pushing to be up there as well.
Yeah, but mods have really bring this game alive. Like these 2002 mods are just incredible.
Yeah, no, it does make for some exciting viewing, especially with these old liveries. Me obviously being a Ferrari fan, I absolutely love the Ferrari liveries. The good old Marlboro.
The Ferraris of that era is just so iconic with the red and white.
Yeah,
That is such an iconic livery.
it definitely is, and they were definitely a dominating team back in the 2002s, and nothing beats the sound of these cars back in 2002.
With Ferrari in real life, would be hoping to get back to those glory years as well.
Yeah, I'm dreading the day that Formula One goes hybrid or electric. It'll be a sad day in motorsport. Me personally, just I am absolutely not able to watch any of the Formula E racing. It's just, I find it like it sounds like a Sky Electric car going around a track, and got Mika the Kid just lighting up the rears there a bit, and
yeah. But 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 there's a logo on this car. A lot of people would probably be absolute sick of seeing, myself included.
yeah. On board here with Christopher Razor and the Orange Arrows.
With the Red Bull sponsorship as well.
Yeah, these are good cars back then. It's thinking back on my younger days and watching these Formula One races when I was still very young. It was 2002. Wow, I was like 15 years old. And yeah, these were some good iconic moments back then. There's nothing like a Formula One race on a Sunday afternoon.
There's just nothing like these cars anymore. They were just so unique sounding.
They definitely had a very unique sound. The thing is that I really enjoyed about these cars is it was real a driver's car. It didn't have all these fancy bells and whistles that the current F1 drivers had. It was get out there and go for it, and you had to make up 45 seconds between you and the car behind to be able to pit and get out ahead. Nowadays, it comes down to seconds, if not milliseconds, in pit strategies.
Yes, and also in these cars, it took skill to pass other cars.
Oh, 100%. These were, it came down to the skill of the driver and reading the car, the tire to the tarmac.
Yeah, but McFly will be on pole unless if any of these other drivers are on a quick lap.
Well, we are at the pointy end of qualifying, and if no one puts a brilliant lap down, it will be McFly on pole. He's got a commanding margin of 6/10 over P2 of Mick the Kid, whom I'm sure is on a flyer here.
The Wizard McFly will be after some redemption after last week.
Oh yeah, 100%. McFly is out for blood, missing out, getting that unfortunate disconnect on round 1 at Interlagos. And we've got Gambit. Gambit just shot up to P2.
Yeah, that was a really good lap from Gambit. Let's go down and see if Commander Series will improve his time, which he doesn't as he goes back to the pits. But
so let's run through our qualifying results here. McFly with a impressive 120.7 around Imola. We've got Gambit in P2 with a 21.6, or that is nearly a second behind McFly. Mick the Kid in 3rd, Christopher Razor 4th, Cuckoo in 5th, Magic Mouse in 6th, Commander CMD Cirrus in 7th, Dado, followed by Bocane, Commander Jim, Night Havoc. We've got Scar in 12th, Jay Barrett in 13th, Woody Lizard just back from holiday on a 124.9 in 14th, Z-Dude in 15th, with Cornsey Field in 16th. And here we are on the line for the race.
But what are everyone's predictions for this round? It will be a very good race as we were saying. McFly would be out for blood after last week.
Yeah, Tim in the chat saying how's that sector 2 times for McFly, which are just incredible considering the margin over P2, and he's gained that significantly in sector 2. So we're just getting ready for lights out at Imola for round 2 of the ANZ Combined Racing League's 2002 Formula 1 Championship here on Automobilista 2. These cars look amazing on the grid. It really brings back that feeling of sitting in front of the TV watching Formula 1 back in 2002.
But
And here we are.
go.
Here's the lights. Who's going to get the jump? Brilliant start by Mick the Kid.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that start with Fly dropping down to third place. Mick the Kid up into P2. And we've got someone off the grass.
Who is that on the grass? I think that was
Christopher Razor. Yeah, just getting it wrong into turn one. Difficult braking zone that is turn on. Oh no!
Contact with. Who was that he made contact with?
That was one of the McLarens. That I assume was Data Racer.
Yeah.
Who's carrying on? Hopefully there's no damage on those cars.
It looks like Data was able to get out unscathed.
Yeah, we've got, without any damage, yeah, we've got Mick the Kid dropping back significantly here. I wonder if he's got some damage on that car. We've missed what's happened there, but we've got Gambit still in P1. McFly back up to P2, and he is on the charge. He's on the charge here, coming down the main straight, a tenth off the back of Gambit into turn one. Difficult braking zone here. And yeah, that's true, Timmy. It is gonna be a cracker in sector 2, and if you've got the cojones to send it in sector 2 to get past, oh, Fly going for that.
Yeah, which there's a couple of position swaps back at the end of the grid.
Yeah, we've got Woody that's made up 4 positions from the start. He's up into P10.
Yeah, that's a very good drive from Woody so far.
Yeah, and the Jaguar, he's got Star and the orange arrows hunting him down. Cuckoo up to P3.
There's a looking battle between Commander Series and Magic because there's nothing between these two at the moment.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing between them at the moment. They are hunting each other down here. We've got Woody up to P8. Looks like G-Dude has dropped down slightly. We've got Jack Barrett up to P11 as well, and he's right behind the teammate of Woody Lizard, G-Dude 66 here.
Yes, but further up the grid, we still have these two going at it. These two are not letting up a single second.
Not at all, and Ceres is on the charge. He's closed that margin from 6 tenths down to only 2-3 tenths off the back of Magic Mars.
But if we go forward down the grid, it looks like that there's nothing really between Cornsey and Jay Barrett.
Not at all. This is turning into a 3-car battle over here, and there's still a little bit of surface water coming through turn 2 and 3 there. Seeing a little bit of spray picking up on the tires, and it seems thanks to Tim in the chat, we've got Data Racer that went off on the final corner. That's why the shuffle happened up at the front of the field. Data is going to be pushing hard in the West McLaren. He had to get back those positions that he's lost.
Here we got Volcano back in Laza. Volcano would be looking to hopefully push and make up a couple of positions.
Yeah, Volcano is definitely going to be pushing hard to get to the back of Dado and Cornsey Field here. We've can also see that Gambit has pulled a slight lead on McFly of just over a second margin.
The Tavosies would be loving this at the moment to see the car in red up in front.
Oh, that is true. Seeing the red up at the front, leading the race over McFly, Cuckoo, Magic Master in 4th, Mick of the Kid dropping down to P5. We've got CMD Cirrus in 6th, Night Havoc, Scar, Woody Lizard, G-Dude, Christopher Razor, Jack Barrett, Commander Jim, Data Racer getting past Hornsey Field. I wonder what happened there as Bocane's gotten past as well. I wonder if there was a bit of light contact between Cornsey and Dado as they battled for position in P14.
Let's just talk about the racecraft of this game for a minute. This game has such amazing racecraft as we know as spectators, and also being on the racetrack with Cuckoo.
Yeah, Cuckoo is a madman. We had some great battles in this V8 Supercars back in 2023, I think it was. At the end of the 2023 season, we had some great battles on the track in the V8 Supercars. And yeah, as Tim has mentioned, for us, we've got McFly and Gambit, the only 2 cars on track currently in the 23s. The majority of the field are still a bit compressed, and they are all in the 24s and 25s, which is great considering the close racing we've got.
Cornsey's last lap time has dropped by a significant amount.
Yeah, we can only imagine that he's had a bit of an off. We've also got G-Dude right at the back of the pack at the moment. I don't know exactly what happened there with G-Dude. He was having a good run and a good little battle up ahead. And we now have Jack Barrett behind Woody Lizard. So Jack has also made up quite a few spots. Woody up 5 positions from the start. The field is settling down, that's for sure.
Data Racer is making a comeback drive at the moment.
Yeah, I would definitely be seeing Dado up in the up in at least the minimum of the top 10 after a off on the final corner. He is definitely going to be pushing hard to get those positions back. We've got a nice battle between Cuckoo and Night Havoc at the moment. Those margins are very tight.
Yeah. Those margins are very tight and which makes for some exciting ways for the drivers, but also the spectators.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that those watching back would be loving this. With Cuckoo and Night Havoc chasing down the Theros as well. He's made a great move up the field to P5. That margin between Jack Barrett and Woody Lizard is also closing, although the lap times are spot on. We've got a tenth between the two of them. This is going to turn into a nice little battle very soon as well, I believe.
Which you love to see it. You definitely love to see it.
Yeah. All right, Tim, thanks for tuning in. Good night, and have a good night. Welcome, T-Bone. We had McFly on. Oh, and that's Jack Barrett taking it around. Let's hope he gets a good rejoin. Oh, great on him to fall back into a safe position, letting the cars past. We had McFly on P1 with Gambit with a late lunge in qualifying, making it to P2 with Mick the Kid in P3. We've had a couple of offs, but the boys have sorted themselves out, and the racing has continued. We had a clean start, everyone making it through up until about turn 4 it was, when we had I believe it was Dado and Christopher Razor just having some light contact there, T-Bone. But other than that, the race is on. McFly has definitely had an off, as his lap time has significantly dropped into the 127s when he was up there in the 123s. And Magic Mask, Mick the Kid, and CMD Cirrus all in the 123s. There's been a big jump in lap times here. Look at McFly. McFly just pulled a 122.5. Those are qualifying lap times. He's chasing down Gambit after that loss that he's had. He's lost 5 seconds. We can only assume he has had an off or a lockup.
But McFly would definitely be coming down, trying to get that get under like a second to hopefully try and make a move on Gambit.
Yeah, can we just jump on board Gambit and let's go for a ride around Imola? And that's a 122.5 around this 4.93 kilometer circuit with 21 turns on board here with Gambit. Those lap times are definitely starting to drop as we're seeing quite a significant amount of cars in the 122s, 23s, and we've still got a good couple of battles going on. We've got Commander Jim and Bo Kane within tenths of each other.
Yes, with Volcan would be trying to get past, as I know how much hard Volcan.
Ooh, that is so close. Those are millimeters apart, and that is it. Bokane makes the pass on Commander Jim. This is brought in Jack Barrett into the same fight. Woody Lizard seems to have had a pit stop, I believe. I didn't actually notice that as we were on board with Gambit, but I believe Woody has had a pit stop.
I do believe so. For some reason, I'm not getting the updates.
Yeah. We've got Cuckoo in pit lane. A very short pit lane back in 2002 for Imola. And Gambit has pulled out an additional margin on McFly. It's back up to 8 seconds now. Gambit is on a big charge, but McFly is pulling some low qualifying laps here, considering we're 13 laps in on these sets of tires. We've got Magic Mask, Mecha the Kid, BMD's Heroes all in the 123s. They are hunting each other down.
As the track opens up, those left hands are starting to come down.
They are definitely falling, and we're going to fly with a 122.2. He is going to be up there real soon into the 21s as that tank gets lighter as the fuel burns off.
Which this is turning into a very good race.
It sure is. And we've got Woody Lizard and Jack Barrett back at it again. They were in the hunt just before the pit stops, and now they are at it again. This is the closest battle at the moment on track between Woody Lizard and Jack Barrett. The Minardi is on charge, chasing down that Jaguar. Jack loses it, but he's managed to keep it on the road without spinning out. He's dropped back just a second on Woody Lizard.
Which this is really the only battle we have out on track at the moment. As the weather
That is.
pretty spread out at the moment.
And thanks for that follow there, Captain Parallax. Thank you very much and welcome to the stream. We're here for the round 2 of the ANZ Combined Racing League's Formula 1 Championship 2002. Yeah, this is the only battle at the moment on track, and McFly has closed the margin with a 1:21.7 and Bo Kane into pit lane. Let's see how this pit stop goes. Great stop there for Bo Kane. Fresh set of tyre. Yeah, nice fresh set of rubber, and he will be on the charge. And he's entered right between, just behind Jack Barrett here, chasing down Woody Lizard still, with that margin just under a second.
At the moment, Bo Kane would be at a disadvantage as he has to warm up these tires, but in the long game, this will actually help Bo Kane with getting past both Jay Barrett and Woody Lizard, as Bo Kane is on the newer blocker.
Yeah, that definitely is. And back up the front, McFly has closed down the margin significantly. He's down to 4 seconds as he chased down Gambit with a 1:21.9, and he's done a 1:29.7 the previous lap.
This is giving me old school Alonso fans, as McFly is just on the charge, trying to get that gap down.
Yeah, and we've got Gambit coming back on some lap traffic. I think it was one of the West McLarens. I think it was Data Racer who's just let him pass. Yeah, Captain Parallax, you are so lucky being at the Australian GP today. I can just imagine that was an amazing experience with all the different types of cars on track. I personally loved the F2. The F2 was just on fire. That was a great race to watch. It's a great win for Carlos Sainz and Ferrari, and I'm super stoked that Lando Norris made it up to the podium in P3. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy some 2002 V10s around Imola.
Yeah, that was just an awesome result for Sainz.
Yeah, it was. And we've got McFly in pit lane. He had a 16-second margin over Magic Mask. Now let's see how this is going to drop him in the order. Bit of a longer pit stop for McFly. And that's Magic Mask, Mick of the Kid, CMD Ceros, getting past Where's Night Havoc on track. and he is still a way off. Ooh,
Oh,
cold tires, McFly, take it easy.
we which because of that pit stop that has moved Magic Man up into P2 in this race.
Yeah, that has definitely. We've got Christopher Razor and Scar on a close margin as well, and we've got Jack Barrett in pit lane as well. So we've got Christopher Razor and Scar, both of the Orange Arrows, fighting it out on track, and we wonder if there would be some possible team orders in here.
Yeah, it will be an interesting call by the team principal if they just let them fed it out, or if they just told to hold those positions.
Yeah, I would definitely say to hold positions as Christopher Razor is currently P3 in the championship with 4 points. Star currently in 10th place on 0, as we are using the 2002 points system for this Formula One championship. And with the current positions of Magic Mark and Mika the Kid, we wouldn't want to see that margin of points extend too much. Got Gambit after a pit stop back into P4, so that leaves Mika the Kid, CMD Cirrus still out there, and those orders will definitely shuffle around as soon as they enter pit lane.
As Spokane is coming up on Woody Lee's so those new tires are definitely starting to rub up and come into the wall.
Yeah, they definitely are, as those lap times are definitely dropping. It was 9/10 faster on the previous lap than Woody Lizard. So they are going to be in a battle pack real shortly. Look at G Duke at the back of the field, and it's either he's had a pit stop or he's had an offer. So 131.6 around Imola. That's quite significantly slower.
Net Havoc is down in the 10th after that pit stop.
Yeah, and we've got Mika the Kid and CMD Cirrus in pit lane with McFly and Gambit. Who's gonna have the best pit crew here?
They are on the pit base right next to each other, so this will be interesting as Gambit gets his job done first, but Commander Series is too far behind.
Yeah, that seems like CMD Cirrus had definitely had a slightly longer pit stop, maybe a different strategy in play. And we've got McFly and Gambit just under 2 seconds apart. So this is going to go down to the wire here as we get to the halfway point of this race.
as we go back for this battle for 11th, as Woody leads it, is trying to hold off Bocane.
Yeah, this is getting quite spicy, and Bocane is definitely putting in the pressure on here on Woody Lizard. He'll have the Williams all over his over his mirrors.
With Bocane would be giving it his all to try and make this overtime.
Yeah, that is definitely sure. He's going to be hooked to the back of that Jaguar, trying to get every single millimeter of slipstream.
As we have Cuckoo and Commander Jim within a second and a half of each other.
Yeah, they are. Cuckoo is definitely chasing down Commander Jim. There's and the light of the tires coming through turn 2. That would have hurt his lap time slightly, and as well as the margin between him and Commander Jim.
But now we have the Renault of Gamby of McFly, chasing down the Ferrari of Gambit.
As we have someone dive into the pit lane, I just couldn't see who that was at that stage. But we got definitely like it's G-Dude. It's G-Dude. But yeah, if we can go back to that fight between Gambit and McFly, because that is one spicy battle brewing here. McFly in for redemption after a stricken round 1, getting no points after leading the majority of the race. He is putting all the pressure he can right on the back of Gambit. Let's see how these lap times are going to be coming across the line, as these two are fighting for track position. And we can see Gambit is definitely trying to get McFly off the slipstream, because he knows the effect that these cars have. If you sit behind the car ahead, you are gaining significant speed down the main straight.
But this is turning into very interesting battle.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And Magic Mask is having a commanding race up at the front. You know, just watching these guys scrap for position behind him, meaning they are slowing each other down, which Magic Mask would love, as he would have a clear track ahead, and he means he's got nothing to focus on but the track ahead.
We with Magic Mask is now in the pits, which will mean Gambit will take the lead of this race. But as we were talking about this battle up the front. Bocane has made it up into 10th. So
Yes, he's gotten past Woody Lizard, and he's now chasing down Scar in the Orange Arrow.
But as we go back up here, because the gap is under a second between Gambit and McFly. These two are leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, they are. This is for glory. McFly is pushing it to the limit as he's just put down a 1:23.4 behind Gambit. We had Woody Lizard in pit lane as well, and we've got Jack Barrett just behind McFly and Gambit here. He's definitely letting pass. Good sportsmanship, and we've coming up to, I believe this is Woody Lizard ahead of Gambit and McFly as he lets them pass, as he's not in contention for the pole.
McFly is really hunting pushing to make that overtake.
He definitely is. He would be trying to put in as much pressure on Gambit as he possibly can and maybe force a mistake.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, McFly is really pushing Gambit. Maybe.
He definitely is pushing hard, as Data Races also right on the back of Commander Jim as they are scrapping for position 12 and 11. And Cuckoo and Scar are still in fight as well. There's only a second between the two of them, and Bocane is coming into this fight as well. Could have seen him in the background. But as we continue, we've still got Gambit and McFly fighting over P1, the honors of the Imola race win. Magic Mask, they've pulled a nice little 10-second margin between P2 and P3. Mecca the Kid is definitely as well hunting down Magic Mask as the lap times are on par. They are even. There is nothing between the two of them. The majority of the field is all within the 125s, with Putin and Christopher Rays in the 124s, and then coming up from P6 to the lead of the race. These guys are all in the 123s.
Yeah, there's a very tight lap times out there.
Yeah, and with only 6 positions up for points, it is a mad dash to the end of this race to try and make up those valuable positions that could give you a point or two. It is Night Havoc sitting in that final position with a couple of points on the board if he can make it to the finish line. Oh, we've got some traffic coming up here for Gambit and McFly. I believe that is G-Dude.
Yeah.
Is-
Ooh, a bit of contact.
Yeah, let's hope that didn't do any effect on the nose of that Renault for McFly. These guys are leaving it all on track. There is not a question that these guys are not on the limit as they are fighting for P1. We've got 13 laps remaining and the fight is on. There is nothing between the two of them.
Yes, which we have both can now chasing down Star, so that is very interesting unfolding battle we will have to keep an eye on as Magic Mesh is coming up on some lap 12.
Yeah, he just got past the two Jaguars of Woody Lizard and G-Dude. And he's now got Jack Barrett up ahead of him. And we've got CMD Cirrus coming up on the traffic as well. There's definitely going to be a nice little battle forming between Cuckoo Scar and Bocane very shortly, as they'll be scrapping for P8. McFly is still on the charge here.
Will this pleasure for McFly force the Ferrari into an error because McFly is just right up the back of that Ferrari.
Yeah, Gambit, you can see him going defensive down the main straight here as he's trying to get McFly out of the slipstream. McFly is on the charge and these lap times are so even between the two of them. Every 10th that Gambit can get McFly out of the slipstream is just keeping him in the lead. Considering the fight that these two are having for position, they've still managed to keep that 10-second margin between themselves and Magic Pass. And we've got Commander Jim and Data Racer. They are real close to each other at the moment. They will be scrapping for position P11 very shortly. Data getting on a comeback after an off on lap 1. As we've got Bocane in pit lane. I wonder if that is a late strategy or possible damage after an off. And he's coming out here. Bocane, he'll be entering right behind Data Racer. But the margin is, with 10 laps to go, he will have a big push to get to the back of Data Racer.
Data Racer would be trying to
Yeah, the West McLaren of Dado Racer. Bit of a tough start for Dado, but he is definitely on the charge back, considering after lap 1 he was dead last, moving it all the way up to P11. Woody Lizard has slightly in the position he started, if I'm not mistaken. I think he qualified P14. Woody Lizard's still out there. Looks like he's had a bit of an off as he's done a 136.2 on this last lap. While the battle between between Gambit and McFly is still on here. Cuckoo has pulled out a significant margin on Scar as well. That looked like a spicy little battle. Oh, and we've got contact right up ahead of the leaders here. And we've got Dado Racer. I believe that was Dado off track. Yes. That's quite a scary sight as the leaders come up. You see two cars tangle as the leaders are still fighting for this overall win here at Imola for round 2 of the ANZ Combined Racing League Formula 1 Championship here on Automobilista 2. Yeah, that is for sure. Yeah, that is for sure. This race has been significantly incident-free, which is great considering these guys are all masters of what they do here in the 2002 Formula 1 cars. That gap between Gambit and McFly is just under half a second. They are not letting go a millimeter. They are hitting those apexes. They are keeping the wheels from spinning up. On board here with McFly. Slipstream, it is a margin of 2/10. He's putting all the that is a slight touch. Let's hope there's no damage on McFly's front wing. These cars are very aero dependent. McFly definitely seems to have a slight more pace than Gambit has. He is all over the back. He's trying to see if he can force Gambit into an error. They are on the limit, and these tires will be aching here towards the end. Yeah, T-Bone, that is for sure. It is definitely tactics here. With 310s splitting P1 and P2 after 36 laps. Bit of a slight mistake there from McFly as the margins just open up to 6/10. Dado's also made it back in sight of Commander Jim. He is closing that margin down as he's nearly a second lap faster here than Commander Jim, so he would be on the back of McFly right on the rear wing of Gambit here. There is nothing in it. Yeah, I wonder if Gambit has not might just asked a little bit too much for those tires. As we can see McFly as well going slightly off track there. These tires, the way they've been pushing, has definitely seen the better of them.
You have to think about non-stop for the past like 10 or so laps.
Yeah, we're coming into the closing stages of this race, and the margin is nearly open to 1 second. I think Gambit would be very happy about that. That takes out a little bit of pressure from him coming into this closing stages of this race. We've still got Magic Mask in P3 having a brilliant run as well, being very consistent across this race, pulling out great laps. And consistency is key. Steros as well up into P4 towards the closing stages of this race as well. He's been doing brilliantly in that Williams. Yeah, and they're coming. Oh, and that is a scary moment as well, as we see one of the Arrows cars just going off right in front of the leader. Yeah, it seems like that was Scar. Scar just going off there, right in front of the leaders. And we've had Dado and Bocane swap positions. We've got Dado up into P11. And there's nothing in between them as well. Bocane is definitely pushing here as well to get it back onto the back of Dado Racer in the West McLaren. That is for sure. That margin is just under 6/10 now, 5/10, half a second between the two of them, considering there's 4 laps remaining. They've pulled in 15-second margin between McFly and Magic Mask. These two still battling for the overall win here at Imola.
But Gambit has just took the lead of
Yeah, Gambit has had a brilliant start off the line, taking the lead into turn 1 and then just keeping that margin nicely over McFly and Magic Mask. As we're coming up on Cornsey Field in the Renault. Now, not at all. Yeah, right in front of that is Commander Jim in the Sauber. This is going to turn into a spicy little three-car battle in the closing stages of this race with only 4 to go. Oh, that's a big spin. He lights up those rears as he gets back onto the tarmac. That has given Dado and Bocane both a free pass into P10 and P11 overall.
But it's just so weird to see the tender sponsors of two of the biggest rivals in F1 together on the same car.
Yes, that is true. 3 remaining in this race, with Gambit and McFly still added into these closing stages. That's another lap nearly completed here with the margin of 7/10 over first and second.
These for Wally liveries of the early to late 2000s, some of the most iconic
Yeah, every F1 fan will know the Marlboro red and white of the Ferrari.
I think most people would recognize six of his 776 in this famous livery.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the greatest drivers there was in the sport. And yeah, here we've got McFly, we've got Gambit on a bad exit out of the final chicane, and we've got McFly in the lead. That is the first change for. Oh, we've got McFly off into the gravel trap. What a change! What? That's it, Captain Parallax. We cannot separate these two, but then unfortunate. And a final exit. Yeah, never mind, as you say. A bad exit out of the final chicane for Gambit gave McFly the run. And McFly just took the lead for the first time in the race with a change for the race lead after the pit stops did their thing. And McFly goes off track. What a fight in the final lap of this race as McFly in P2 with Magic Master coming home in P3. What a race for Magic Master as well. And then we've got CMD Ceres not falling far behind in P4. Great drive by CMD Ceres. Mika the Kid, our previous round's winner coming home in P5 with Night Havoc closing out the points here at Imola in P6. What a finish that is, Captain Parallax T-Bone. Yeah, good racing. Those was been some spectacular racing tonight. Let's quickly get those podium finishes in here on the stream as we take a cool down lap here with Gambit as he takes a cool down lap as the winner of round 2 here at Imola.
Yeah, but what a insane way where as Gambit will take the maximum amount of points and Ned Havoc was able to get that final points. But what a waste.
Yeah, I'm going to be quickly dragging in our podium finish into the broadcast booth. Bear with us as we get them in here. McFly.
How much fuel did you guys have on at the start? I ended up with way too much at the end.
McFly, I've pulled you into the broadcast booth here with us. And I'm just bringing in the podium finishes.
No worries.
But what?
Welcome, Magic Mask.
Welcome, Magic.
Hello.
How's it? Welcome, Gambit.
Have I been pulled over, have I?
Yep.
You have been pulled over.
Yeah, happy with the result, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a brilliant race here at Imola. You and McFly were hooked to each other for this.
I was just saying in the other chat, I realised the name Fly now. I couldn't get him off me.
He was
just
stuck
buzzing around
to
him.
the rear.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave me alone. And the traffic as well, like I'd get that little gap on him and a bit of breathing space, and then I'd come into traffic, and I knew it was going to be a hard thing with this track, especially overtaking it. It's yeah, I mean it's easy overtaking on a blue, but even for him to get in front of me, like it's not easy. Yeah,
that was a good little scrap there towards the end on the final lap. We were all over that.
Yeah,
and, I mean, McFly was back for vengeance after a disappointing round 1.
I could tell with the last 5 laps, he was definitely throwing the car in a lot harder into the dipper, and into the turn up top. So I was a bit edgy because I was just hoping he didn't like ruin our race. I was just hoping I would get a couple of bumps from. I think I copped 2 throughout the whole race. But yeah, I was really hoping those last laps that I didn't. Then I got a bit squirrely out that last corner, and yeah, well, I still sort of won it on merit because he overshot the first couple of coming out of that first section.
It was a great battle to watch. I'm going to tell you that the margin between the two of you was insane in the lap times. And considering you guys were pulling a gap, although you were scrapping for position, you were pulling a gap on Magic.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I was a bit busy to look at that.
I was actually looking more behind me than I was ahead of me, to be honest. Because
you're in here. Yeah.
I got a 10-second penalty going into the pits, so I realistically knew that I was never going to be able to do much about Gambit, but I was looking behind me and kind of happy to have the tow.
Well, I can say for one thing, McFly, you were all over the back. I don't even know how you saw anything in front of you because all that you would have seen is red and white.
Certainly got used to that rear wing.
Which w- um, w- um, which you, which which you, which you guys in the top three definitely wasn't giving up any space.
No, not giving up anything.
No, it was good
No,
racing
you-
though.
Nothing to each other. There was no yeah, a lot of respect, but
There was definitely a
geez.
lot of respect on track. That was for sure. You guys were you were hooked. It looked like one car at a stage with the margin of a tenth between the two of you and the lap times. I mean, obviously McFly had a couple of laps that he was lap time he was ahead of you because obviously he's got the
Yeah,
slipstream, and I could
yeah.
see you going defensive down the main straight there.
Yeah,
Um,
I kept winging right. Yeah, I was
yeah,
doing a few things, and I thought, geez, you must be annoyed, like having to rip around, and
Oh,
yeah.
it's just having a bit
But
of a grin.
yeah, and yeah, I was doing everything I could to try and get you out of the slip. Bloody hell.
yeah,
But keep
was
it
good.
legal as well, because I'm not 100% sure on that rule of cutting. I think it's like one cut, isn't it, or something?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was trying to stick to the. I didn't know the rule 100%, but I believe I know it enough that I didn't break any. But the one thing I was going to say was that I don't know if you guys could hear comms this week.
well, we couldn't hear comms
Oh,
in the
about
chat.
halfway through, he goes, "Oh, I love the way you go through that you know that really tight S."
Oh yes.
Yeah, he goes, "I love the way you go through that," and I said, "Yeah, I was going to ask you for some pointers on how to do it properly, because I'm sure I'm smashing over it, and he's looking a lot neater through it." So
It did
Well, it
look
was
like there was a
quick.
couple of times that I thought to myself, oh, that could be a track cut. It's cutting it close. You were right on the
yeah,
risk of
it was only
getting
once. I
potential
think it was
penalty.
about the last 6 laps, about 6 laps back. I did nearly hit the grass on the far side. So
Yeah, I saw that as well, and I was cringing right about then,
yeah,
and especially coming up when you guys came up on, I think it was Dado, I believe, when he spun coming into the first chicane, and you guys were within 2 seconds of him, and it's a scary thought of you're looking coming in as the leader, and you've got a car sideways or on the grass. You don't know what's going to happen.
yeah. It's exactly what happened. Yeah, he didn't move too much, so that was good. So I just got to pick. I
Yeah,
believe I picked the outside of him on the
yeah,
left side.
yeah.
Yeah. I believe it went
It
wide.
worked
Yeah.
well. Magic, you had a brilliant race there as well. You kept it very consistent and clean, and got P3 overall.
Yeah, it was a good race. Bit kicking myself. Just kicking myself during qualifying because
Yeah,
my last
it
five
was
lap.
real. It was definitely real tight in qualifying, and we could see you were pushing.
No, the first lap I got podied by traffic last sector, so I lost about maybe 3-4 tenths, and then the last lap I just got understeer going through the fast left-hander, so I was up by 4 tenths in the first sector, so could have been.
You guys had a brilliant start. Seeing those two Ferraris just jump McFly into turn one. That was a brilliant start by the both of you.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Mick sort of tapped the back of me. I because of the puddles,
Yeah,
and the tire thing that was in discussion throughout the week.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just sort of and the sort of the difficulty of passing as well. So I was sort of being like quite easy with it, especially into the dipper, seeing all the water on the right as I came around it. Just didn't want to get a flick there. And yeah, I think he just sort of had a little bit more pace going to that braking
Yeah,
zone, and tapped
we could
me.
definitely see a bit of spray coming up from a couple of corners. There was still a bit of water left over.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, any case, guys, well done. Congratulations on the win there, Gambit. McFly on P2. Good bit of redemption there for coming back from round one. And
That's
our
for
winner
that's
from
for
last
both of us.
week. Yeah, definitely. And then good result in the end as well. Magic P3 overall.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Awesome.
good.
Thanks, guys. I'll put you back into the standard chat, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you next week. Thanks.
See ya.
Well, thanks for joining us there, Mitch, in the booth. That was a real cracker of a race here at Imola. It definitely made for some exciting racing.
Yeah.
Thanks for those in the stream watching along with us. Thanks, Captain Parallax. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, Weddy. That was definitely a good couple of last laps that you managed to catch there. That was a quite exciting little race. Thanks, Mitch, for joining in.
Yeah,
And
no worries.
awesome. Guys, thank you very much. And see you next week for round 3.